Hi, and welcome to the Apple Spectrum. So, WWDC 2020 just ended, and to put it in a one word, I would say Mac. Because really, changes to iOS and iPadOS were minor. I mean, they redesigned they added like widgets, and they added widgets and stuff like that. They added picture-in-picture. But it wasn't the most eventful part of the keynote. They had some stuff involving the Apple TV, like additions to home and just to make it easier like that, which I don't think anyone really cares much about. Then they also made a few changes to watchOS, added a few more features in the workout app. That wasn't the main part. The main part is uniformity. So, as you all know, the iPad and the phone and the main devices, basically the iPad, the phone, all have very similar software. The Mac was always different. They didn't have uniformed icons. They didn't have the same looking pop-ups and notifications and all that. Well, now there is uniformity. As macOS Big Sur, which is the new name, macOS Big Sur will now be very, very much uniformed compared to iOS, which means that the bottom part where they display all the apps will now be a little floating translucent like rectangle with rounded edges. The apps will also be a rounded square, for example. It'll all be much more uniform. And at first, when I was watching and I realized that, I was like, why are you just bringing iOS to Mac? And then later, the more he started talking about like how it was more uniformed, is when I was finally starting to realize that they are finally changing from Intel to Apple Silicon. So basically what that is Apple's very own chip, which means that apps will be able to run native and they will be much more optimized for the Mac. It'll also be easier to have apps that are the same on iPadOS and macOS, which I'm assuming Final Cut Pro will be added sometime soon. I mean, they wouldn't be doing that for no reason. I mean, I'd assume that would happen. I can't guarantee that would happen, but I would assume that would happen. The Macs that they were running were using the Apple A12Z chip. So that just shows you how everything will be much more uniformed. And yeah, honestly, I find that good because the apps that are running on iPad and Mac can be much more similar. They can actually be the same now. It doesn't really matter. They can literally be almost the same, just so they have to change a few things because the higher end Macs will still be more powerful, but basically the same apps. So, very, very, very happy about that. They didn't really announce any new hardware, so that was the disappointing part. I'm pretty sure the video was already pre-recorded, so I mean, not pretty sure. I'm sure the video is pre-recorded. There's no way that they filmed that live the way they did it. So, but overall, it was very eventful for the Mac. iOS 14, iPadOS 14 wasn't the most interesting thing I've ever heard, but I will be making more videos about this later on in the week, but this is just the quick video follow-up right after WWDC. So, to recap, iOS 14 now has widgets and picture-in-picture, which means that now when you're watching a movie and you want to go to another app, it'll do just like on the iPad, and it'll put a little screen on the bottom corner, on the top corner, wherever you want to put it. You can make it bigger or smaller, basically just like the iPad. The iPad now has sidebars, which will make it easier for navigating and more optimized for the bigger screen, and also the Apple Pencil now with Scribble. So basically what Scribble is that, you know how when you write with Apple Pencil and some apps can like detect and turn into writing? yeah, they optimized that a lot. They made it really good, which means that now when you write something on your Notes app, you can change it to text, you can copy it as text and paste it. You can copy it and then paste it as text on a different document. You can move them around a bit because they'll realize what it is. When you want to make a search in Safari, for example, you can just write it with your Apple Pencil and automatically detect that. I find very good and very useful, which is because it's easier than typing at times. And yeah, Siri also got some improvements. I forgot to mention that. Siri also got some improvements. So now instead of taking up your whole display when you activate Siri, it will only put a little circle in the bottom and then give you your answer there, so you can do whatever you were doing with Siri activated. Also, when you get a call, it won't take up your whole display. If there's any other things that I didn't mention right now, I will mention in another video later on. But I have to really get this done, and I need to get this uploaded because I find it very important that to keep you guys up to date. I mean, I'm sure that you're subscribed to like everything Apple Pro, Taylors of Tech, and all that, but still, just do it for fun, and I like to keep you up to date. So yeah, that was WWDC 2020. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button on the video, subscribe, and share the video. I really do hope you enjoyed. And yeah, guys, see you in the next video. Peace out.